All right, great. So here we go. We're going to dive right in on the subject of market research. And this is a primer on the subject of market research. So we're going to go through some exact ideas connected with the subject of market research. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'll mention some great books and resources that you can go to get further data. And it's just going to be a whole panoply of good information. So here we go. So first off, I want to go into what is a market. A market is a particular area where you go to transact business, or a particular area that you're looking for business in, those are the different things it could mean. Like, we'll give you an example. One way you could look at this thing called a market is if you were selling to, like, this, say, real estate agents, right? If we went, there's a whole market where they're the potential customer. Or iPhones have a great market. They have a lot of people that want them. Android phones have a smaller market. I have an iPhone, and but so do you. So do you, right, August? Right. So August is a cameraman. So basically, so you have this you have this market that you're going after, and there are different markets for different products. There's a health food market. There's a market of people that are interested in finance and insurance products. There's a market of people that are interested in coffee. There's another market. There's another group of people that don't like coffee at all, and they're the non-coffee drinker market, who you sell tea to, or some other beverage. So there are lots of different markets, probably more than you could possibly think of, and you can even drill down a market down to a more specific, more targeted, more focused area. So, like, for instance, let's talk about that for just a second. Let's get into the idea of that your market that you're going to go after. You want to make sure that you go down deep enough within that market to actually get the kind of clients you're really looking for. Like, for instance, if we're going to talk to, let's go back to the real estate area. Let's say I want to market to real estate agents. I don't really know everything there is to know about real estate agents, but I do know that certain real estate agents specialize in certain things. Like, I've met some that specialize in beachfront property, others that specialize in condos, some that specialize in a certain neighborhood or a certain area. That's very common. Some that specialize in what's called a wholesaling of properties, which has its own tools and its own market associated. Some get into flipping property. There's just a lot of different markets. Others are into commercial property. August probably knows more about this than I do, because he also does a lot of photography and video shoots for real estate, and I've dealt with a lot of them, but there's a lot to know about it. Real estate agent is probably the person to ask. So, but the point is that within this one area called real estate, you can drill down even further. You could then say, let's say commercial. Now we want to talk to commercial within a downtown area. Let's get more specific. Commercial property in a downtown area, and we want to deal with female real estate agents. Good. So, and let's get more specific than that. We want to talk to commercial businesses in a downtown area, female real estate agents who have been in real estate for more than 5 years. Pretty specific, right? So here I'm going to show you another area where we could drill down and talk about a particular target market. Just one second. Great. So I'm going to talk to you about one other part of what a market is, and I'll give you another example. This is for a project that we did for this book. This is written by Frank Suarez. It's called The Power of Your Metabolism. By the way, Frank is he's basically big in Puerto Rico, Mexico, South America. He's very popular. He even has one of his facilities where he teaches about this particular product and the services that he delivers in Florida. So Frank hired us to help present this project to gringos, right? As he said. He said, gringos is, I said, what's a gringo? And he said, a gringo is a white guy. So that's us, right? And so basically, we helped him develop a cover that was going to appeal to that particular marketplace. And it turned out the cover was appealing enough that it appealed to his marketplace as well in many instances. So what we did as far as the target market, this is a book about weight loss, about metabolism and such. And Frank runs a weight loss clinic, is what the type of company he has in those various places I mentioned. So obviously we wanted a very specific target market. Now, 1 out of 5 Americans are apparently, last I checked, are actually obese. So there's 1 out of 5 people that are a target market for this book. But you have to narrow it down a little bit better than that, because we want them to read a book, right? So that means they have to be readers. So it was pretty easy, unfortunately, to spot our target market, who we wanted to talk to and who we wanted to do a survey on. We were able to see who that was and then go and survey them and reach out to them. But we also wanted to, we needed to find out if they read. So we disqualified them for the survey if they were not a reader. We said, we'd like to do a quick survey on you. And we asked them a couple quick questions. Are you a reader? Do you like to read? Do you read nonfiction books, which are books that are not like romance novels and such, but these type of books about facts and things that you use in life? So do you read nonfiction books? And then based on that, we found our target market and we were able to get a survey done. So anyway, it's a great book. I recommend it highly as well. It's got some great data on weight loss and health in general. So now, where do you find your target market to do a survey? That's a tricky thing. So obviously, you may have to talk to a lot of people to actually find your target market. Let me explain. Great, so here's a couple other books. This is a book called Problem-Free Diabetes. It's another book by Frank. We did the survey and market research for this book as well. Now, obviously, we want people that are diabetic. So then you have to add more questions to disqualify or qualify people for the survey. So that was pretty important for us to do. Now, and that's called, again, Problem-Free Diabetes. So this book is called Fun at Work. And this is Greg Winterig. And we did a survey project for his book, Fun at Work. And the target audience for this book was a few different people. One, business owners, managers who were interested in, or who ran at least 5 people within their organization, or we were also looking for people that were interested in starting their own business and being an entrepreneur with their own business. They also, again, had to be readers. And so we had to go out on the street in busy areas where business people went and took a lunch break and found our target market in those areas. And then what we did is we'd have to literally stop people again and again and again. And I think it was like 1 out of 5 maybe was, or maybe even 1 out of 20 in some cases, fit our target market. So then we were able to actually do a survey on that individual because they fit within our qualifications, which is pretty stiff qualifications. First, they had to actually be a reader, right? Well, first they had to actually be one of those management personnel that we mentioned. Then second, they had to be a reader of these type of books and actually have read one within the last year. Otherwise, we weren't going to waste any time doing a survey because they weren't going to be a target audience for this book and willing to learn and take the time to learn, which was key for this particular project and the type of people that Greg wanted to reach.